Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to break down how to write an effective legal memorandum. I know, it sounds a little intimidating, but it's a foundational skill for any legal professional, and we're going to make it crystal clear.
Okay, so here's our roadmap. We're going to start with why we even write memos. Then we'll get into what I think is the most important rule of all. From there, we'll walk through a framework called FILAC, talk about citing your sources, and wrap up with the power of just using plain English. Let's dive in.
All right, first things first. Let's talk about the fundamental why behind a legal memo. What's its purpose? Understanding this is half the battle.
You know that feeling, right? Staring at the blinking cursor on a blank page, it's the worst. But here's the thing to remember. The whole point of a memo is to take all that complex research you've done and turn it into clear, decisive information that helps your reader actually make a decision. That's it.
So, what makes a memo great? Well, it's not just about listing a bunch of facts. A good memo guides your reader. Its purpose is obvious, it flows logically, it's super clear, and it shows you've done your homework. Honestly, it's a direct reflection of your ability to think.
Now, for what I think is the single most important rule in memo writing. Seriously, if you take away just one thing today, make it this. This principle will immediately change how you approach the task.
And this is the golden rule right here. You are not writing a murder mystery. Unlike a novel, a legal memo has to state its conclusions right up front. Don't make your reader wait until the very end to find out the answer. Give them the result first.
So, the crucial point is getting to the answer quickly. But how do you build the argument that supports it? Well, that's where your blueprint comes in. Let's talk about the FILAC framework.
FILAC is just a simple, systematic, 5-step approach that makes sure you cover all your bases logically and thoroughly. It stands for facts, issues, law, analysis, and conclusions. It's a lifesaver.
And this really shows you the whole process, from start to finish. It's your roadmap. So let's just quickly break down what each of these steps involves.
First, you gather your raw materials, the facts. And you have to be careful here, because what's relevant can change from one problem to the next. Once you have your facts, you can figure out the core legal questions or the issues that you actually need to answer.
Step 3 is the law. This is the research phase. You're digging into legislation, case law, maybe even textbooks and articles. You're basically building the legal foundation for your entire argument.
Finally, you connect the law to your specific facts in the analysis. This is where the magic happens. And a good analysis looks at the problem from multiple angles, not just your client's. All of that hard work leads you directly to your well-supported conclusions.
Okay, a strong memo is built on solid research, and you have to show that research through proper citation. Let's look at how this builds your credibility.
So, unlike other kinds of legal writing that use footnotes, memos have a specific rule for in-text citations, which is laid out in the McGill Guide. Putting them right in the text keeps your reader focused on the argument without having to glance down at the bottom of the page.
Now here's a pro tip. It's a really good idea to include a sources consulted list at the end. Why? Well, it proves you were diligent for sure, but it also makes your work a valuable resource for anyone who picks it up later. It's a total game changer.
All right, your memo is structured perfectly and cited correctly. But is it readable? The final polish, and this is so important, comes from using clear, modern language.
You know, this isn't about dumbing down your writing at all. It's about making it precise, unambiguous, and easy to understand. Honestly, that's the mark of a confident writer.
Just look at some of these common legalese phrases and their simple, clear alternatives. Dropping these old-fashioned terms makes your writing so much more direct and powerful. Nobody needs to see witnesseth in a memo today.
So, let's bring it all together. When you think about it, mastering the memo is all about combining a clear structure with persuasive writing.
So what's the crucial point here? A well-crafted memo is so much more than just a document. It's a demonstration of your ability to think clearly and communicate effectively.
And that's really what you should take away from this. Every single document you write is an opportunity. It's a chance to build your reputation as a sharp, clear, and persuasive professional. So what's your next memo going to say about you?